Good morning, everybody. It's a beautiful day, as always. You can see it's amazing the vertiginousness with which the trees are leafing out. You'd think they'd be slower, but from one day to the next, the progress is great. You can see on the mulberry tree behind me how already leaves are starting to appear, and the flowering pear to its side has leaves. Nature is powerful. It's amazing, and we human beings are part of nature. I don't buy the exclusion, even if I just used it. There are always questions about what the natural world means to us and how we relate to it. It's both a critique of our society in some ways when we draw the separations from nature. At the same time, it's a metaphor that can provide meaning. There's the word idyllic. Nature can seem idyllic, kind of utopic, but idyllic also refers to something that I want to get to today, and that's a pastoral poem, an idyll. Pastoral poetry has a long history in English and in Western languages. It does two things, forgive the professor stuff here. One is that it speaks to, or it descends from understanding of pastors, sheep herders. My relatives in England herded sheep, and then they ended up in the spinning mills, trapped there for work and part of the Industrial Revolution. I'm not sure that I feel so ideal about sheep herding, and I've lived in a community in Bolivia among rural people who herded sheep and also farmed. And then I have done a project here in Utah with sheep herders who were, at the time, I assume it's still the case today, we're almost all from Peru. Come up here, spend almost all their time in the wilderness, the wild, herding sheep, living with the sheep. I'm not sure that I would look at it as ideal. But nonetheless, there's something about this idea of the pastoral, the sheep herder, that leads to the other idea of the idyll. Oh my, there's a helicopter going over, possibly heading to the hospital, who knows? Cities get noisier and noisier, so much for idylls and so much for pastoral pleasures. The other point is idealized nature, where nature serves as a contrast to what is often seen as the evils of civilization, or the evils of our lives in cities, in nations, in countries. Well, I ended up writing a pastoral poem. I thought of a title for it, and I realized that pastoral is an adjective in English. In Italian, in French, it can become a noun. And so I seized on the French to make it a noun, which is basically putting an E on it, making it pastorale. Although in English, that's a musical form. Oh well. The musical form is one that has a pedal that keeps constant as the piece goes on. So here is my pastorale. It's a recent poem. I just wrote it this week and took it to my poetry group and we workshopped it. So if you have critiques, send it to me. I appreciate it. Pastorale. A mule deer pauses on a hillside above carved stones. Skyscrapers in the background. Savory peaks of... let me start again. I'm already reading badly. Make myself a little more comfortable here. Sorry. Pastorale. A mule deer pauses on a hillside above carved stones. Skyscrapers in the background. Snowy peaks above. His large ears erect. Weather vanes. They test breezes for danger. Storms and lightning come at any time. Some of his mates lie on the ground, and others eat grass among conifers and birches, as if there were only safety in being together. In this daytime browse, a garden of loss and hope, deer are living. The stones all bear a name, someone now gone. Of many styles and origins, the stones and names suggest red deer, fallow deer, sambar, tufted deer, water deer, wapiti, and elk. Not the mule deer, settled carefully among stones, lest a cougar or hunter saunter through. The danger of the name-sweet deer is buried and bogged down in rules and laws, while norms break down like old stones crumbling. Cougars still tread through lawns and streets. The pace of new stones has bounded up like deer bouncing to escape threat. Backhoes rumble and tear the grass more often. Cars come to watch, people distant. The deer turns his head to listen. Well, there's a commentary for you, and lovely to see you, and I will be back tomorrow. Enjoy a wonderful day. Bye.